We've got a bevy of rumors regarding the New York Yankees that just came out yesterday as Jon Heyman dropped some news that the Yankees upgraded their second bid to Juan Soto. Now, there are some conversations that I'm going to have regarding how the bidding process works, how typically bidding processes work, and kind of tell you guys that report, not to say it's not true, but that report would have some conflictions with other things people have said, and that there's a lot of information coming out about Soto right now. And so, I just want to make sure you guys understand everything that's being said, and then can kind of pick and choose, what you truly buy into and what you don't. There's no way for me to confirm anything. I am not directly linked to the Soto camp. I'm not directly linked to the Yankees camp. I can only go based off speculation and these rumors, but before we get into everything, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and check out Fireside Yankees on all of our various social media platforms. There's some other rumors we're going to discuss as well regarding Max Fried, Corbin Burns, and Alex Bregman, all from Jon Heyman. Now, let's get started talking about the Soto rumor. Now, Andy Martino reported earlier this week that no teams had made a formal offer to Juan Soto, that the bidding had not begun yet. Brendan Cuddy of The Athletic laid out that the bidding would begin in the following week, and that second rounds of bidding would occur kind of as the first waves of bids come in. So, in my opinion, at that point in time, I viewed the Soto sweepstakes as nothing has happened yet. No one has made offers. We know nothing of the matter as of right now. But then a bombshell was dropped by John Morosi, who said that there had been 5 offers from 5 teams: the Yankees, the Mets, the Dodgers, the Red Sox, and the Blue Jays to Juan Soto. And that's kind of what threw a wrench into everything, because on one hand, you had people reporting that there were no offers. On the other hand, you had people reporting there were offers. It's kind of just been a weird situation. And, this timeline of second bids, apparently the Yankees increased their offer to Soto over the last few days. This was not a yesterday thing. So it indicates, number one, either that the Yankees did make that increased second offer and that the public is behind on the timeline of what we think this Soto sweepstakes is going to be, and it could end sooner than expected, or B, that the term upgrade or increase or whatever it may be was almost a strategic misusage of words, because it doesn't mention anything about the dollar amount going up. It does mention the inclusion of opt-out. So this could just be a framework of a deal rather than an actual formal offer. We know that Heyman is used to scare other teams. He's kind of used as a Boris puppet, for lack of better terms. We saw this. I truly believe that any reports from him about the Red Sox being super into Soto, I think the Red Sox are going to try to get Soto, but I don't view them as one of the more likely outcomes. I view them as a very unlikely outcome. And honestly, I mean, his presentation of their aggression indicates to me that he's trying to get offers up from Cohen and Hal. This report from the Yankees indicates to me that he's trying to get an offer up from Steve. Now, Boris is known to kind of leak stuff to try to get offers up. We'll see if the Yankees, did actually get their offer up. We'll see if there are other corroborating reports that can indicate the Yankees did increase their offer for Soto. It's just a fascinating situation. Now, Heyman reported that the Yankees' intent to sign Soto is obviously, there. They really want to sign him. That is something that's backed up by Bob Clappish when he dropped his article talking about how, Hal is they are committed. They feel good about their ability to get him. The Yankees do feel confident that they can land Juan Soto. That's something that's been heard from the Yankee side of things and the Boris camp. We'll see if that means anything, right? I'm sure the Yankees felt confident about Yamamoto. I'm sure the Yankees have felt confident about various players who they didn't end up signing. But, there have also been situations where, like for Aaron Judge, they were so confident that Hal Steinbrenner was on vacation, right? And they were that confident it was going to get done. We'll see if it's to that degree, if they really think they know Juan Soto the way they think they know Juan Soto. Do I think it's fair to compare it to the Judge situation? No, because I think Aaron Judge clearly wanted to stay a Yankee. Hal had that read perfectly. Hal and Soto do not have the same relationship that Judge and Hal have, and understandably so. I mean, Hal Steinbrenner and Aaron Judge have known each other for years. Soto and Hal have only known each other for 1 year, and Hal himself said he didn't want to be too overbearing on Soto. And I think that the meeting that they had was productive. I think having that more of an established relationship with Hal Steinbrenner is going to help someone like Soto, who desires a strong relationship with ownership, and Hal has always been someone who's going to reach out and connect with players. So, we'll see if that entices Soto. Honestly, I don't want to read too much into the tea leaves. The way I look at this is the odds the Yankees had on November 1st are the same odds they have here on November 28th. So I don't want to really shift from that a bit prediction. I think it was like 55 to 60% that, the Yankees, in terms of my confidence level, the Yankees would sign him. Guess what my confidence rate is right now? 55 to 60%. What's my confident rate he goes to the Mets? 45%, maybe 50%, right? So I'd say, roughly similar odds to the Yankees, and I think that's kind of the best way to put it. That's where I'm at. I think it's the Yankees or Mets. I felt that way before the offseason. I feel that way as it stands right now. We'll see if the Red Sox, Blue Jays, or hopefully not the Dodgers come out of nowhere and make some offer that no one saw coming. But for now, I think it's the Yankees and the Mets in this, and it's going to come down to those two teams. As for what the Yankees would do if they don't sign Juan Soto, we're kind of getting an understanding of what the Yankees are doing. And they're doing their due diligence on all of these different players. They talked to Corbin Burns, they talked to Max Fried, and reportedly like Alex Bregman. Now, obviously no offers have been made to any of these players. These players are free agents. They're coveted free agents. I expect that, a team like the Red Sox are going to be in on Max Fried. The Baltimore Orioles are going to be in on Max Fried. And, of course, their incumbent free agent in Corbin Burns. The Mets could be in on these pitchers, although we haven't gotten any reports that they're in on Burns or Fried. You just kind of assume because they're top players in this market that they're going to be in on these guys because, if you miss out on Soto, you've got to go pivot and make your team better. Red Sox, Mets, Orioles all have rotation holes. The Yankees' rotation holes aren't as great as their rotation holes, so I do wonder if the Yankees are just kind of checking in and if that leaking was more so of a leverage play. But as it pertains to Burns is one of the best pitchers in baseball. He's one of the 5 best starting pitchers in the league. He put up a 2.92 ERA in his first season with the Baltimore Orioles, struck out 181 batters and 194 in the third innings pitched. Last year, struck out 200 batters, 193 in 2/3 innings pitched. The year before that, 243. The year before that, 234. He's going to punch out a lot of batters, but if you noticed, while the inning count has remained somewhat consistent, the strikeout rate has been dramatically decreasing, and that is a concern for a team like the Yankees who, you're trying to ink someone like Corbin Burns, you're going to be giving them a 7-year deal. Burns' stuff plus has dropped from 143 to 136 to 127 to 120 this past season, so his pitch quality has only gotten worse. His cutter hasn't been as sharp. His fastball velocity has dipped a little bit. He's someone who I am a little bit anxious about giving that long-term deal to, although I do think there are some things the Yankees can do to help him promote some swings and misses. First and foremost, throwing that sweeping slider a lot more. It is a nasty, nasty pitch. It's a buzzsaw pitch. It is one of the best sliders in the game. I think the Yankees could get a lot of value out of Burns if they're able to get him to throw that pitch more often. He keeps the ball on the ground enough for this to be someone who could, strike out 28% of batters faced and have, a Cy Young caliber season. Again, I don't think he's a bad pitcher by any means. I just think that, whenever we're talking about a big-time free agent, we have to discuss their flaws. We have to discuss why, a team would be wary about giving them X amount of money. That's just how it is. And Burns is someone where I view them as a great pitcher, but I don't view them in the same tier as Tariq Skubal, Paul Skeens. I'd argue I'd rather have Garrett Crochet in terms of just per game, right? You could also argue for Zach Wheeler. I'd argue for Zach Wheeler. I think he's the fifth best pitcher in baseball, but there's a gap growing between him and some of the top guys. Max Fried is someone who also falls in the same boat of doesn't have the overpowering strikeouts, but Fried's never had overpowering strikeout rates, so you're not really concerned about it. His numbers since 2020 are ridiculous. He has a 2.81 ERA, a 23.6% strikeout rate. He keeps the ball on the ground a ton. He has a 54.2% ground ball rate. He doesn't give up home runs. He doesn't give up barrels. This is a great damage preventer. He is one of the best left-handed pitchers in baseball, but again, the lack of dominating stuff, the lack of elite swing and miss, the fact that he's only crossed the 180 pitch threshold once, the fact that he's only made 30 starts in a season once. These are all very realistic and very fair concerns to have about giving someone like Fried, who's going to turn 31 this upcoming January, a 6 or 7 year deal. Both he and Burns and Bregman, who we'll talk about in a bit, all have the qualifying offer attached to them as well, so you're giving up draft compensation alongside any financial compensation you give in the contract. Fried is someone who I think would profile well at Yankee Stadium, lots of ground balls, left-handed pitcher, the kind of guy who'd play well behind a defense that the Yankees could soup up by acquiring a first baseman or upgrading at second base, even if it's just bringing up Caleb Durbin, that's probably a defensive upgrade. Fried is an excellent pitcher. He's one of the best pitchers in baseball. I just have some health concerns and some, just durability concerns. How many innings am I going to get from Max Fried in 2025? That is a much larger question mark than Corbin Burns. It's a much larger question mark than most top pitchers on the market. But again, still a premier starting pitcher, still an ace, still the kind of guy that if you put him next to Garrett Cole, you'd have two very different pitchers, two very different styles of pitchers, and two guys who can anchor your rotation for the next 2 to 3 years at the very least. Finally, let's talk about Alex Bregman. And Alex Bregman, the Yankees reportedly like him. Again, I view him as that, in that plan B nightmare scenario, the Yankees don't sign Soto. Oh my God, the roof is falling, the sky is falling, blah, blah, blah. Bregman, he makes sense on paper, right? He's one of the best third basemen in baseball. He's consistently been an above-average hitter with a good glove. He has great plate discipline. He hits a good amount of home runs, right? Like, this is a well-balanced hitter, a well-rounded hitter, a player with tons of postseason experience and success. But I do have a lot of questions about whether it makes sense for the Yankees to sign him or not. Now, one of the things I want to mention when it comes to Alex Bregman is that he would be good anywhere. He would be a good baseball player in 2025 anywhere. But Yankee Stadium is not particularly the ballpark that he would have the most success in. Bregman has made his career off of pulling the ball to left field. Left field at Houston's a lot more shallow and not a lot more home run friendly than left field at Yankee Stadium. Last year, he would have had 25 home runs instead of 26 at Yankee Stadium, according to Baseball Savant's expected home runs. That's not a dramatic drop-off, but in previous years, we've seen more dramatic drop-offs in terms of expected home runs and actual home runs. Would Bregman use the right field porch a little more? Maybe. He doesn't really have great opposite field power. Would he be able to stabilize the top of the lineup? Absolutely. Would he be a good player for the Yankees? Again, absolutely, but you're looking at what you're paying for down the road, and if he gets a 6-7-year deal and makes $30 million a year, you're paying $30 million a year for a player who's probably not going to be, a superstar caliber player. He's been a 4-WAR player the last 2 years. He's been a good player, not an elite one. He hasn't been dominant and elite since his 2018-2019 seasons. Again, this is a good player, a firmly good player. He will be good anywhere. I just don't know how long he'll be good for. I don't know if he'll be great in New York. I don't know if his swing makes a ton of sense for New York. And of course, I think he's also undergoing elbow surgery, so that's another concern here. I think Bregman's going to be a future Hall of Famer. I think, barring the voters not putting in guys who were involved in the 2017 Astros scandal, if he has a few more good years, if he has a couple more of those 4-WAR years, and just a solid third base for the rest of his career, he could be a great player and go into the Hall of Fame. He's got, the postseason, regular season accolades for it. But I just have a lot of concerns about how he's going to age, how he would age at Yankee Stadium, and whether his profile is best suited for a ballpark like Yankee Stadium. We'll see, though. I think the Yankees have to focus on Soto now. I think that is going to be their focus, but I think Bregman will sign with a different team. I think it'll be, either he goes back to Houston or he goes to, Philly, maybe Boston. I don't necessarily view him as a high likely outcome for the Yankees, even if they miss out on Soto. I'm not particularly keen on bringing in Bregman. I think Willy Adames would be a better fit for the Yankees because I think the bat's a little more stable for 2025. But, that's neither here nor there. People can disagree or agree however they feel. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. How do you feel about the Soto sweepstakes? Do you think that Fried, Burns, or Bregman are capable or, good enough Plan B options? I personally believe any Plan B scenario makes your team hilariously worse than just having Juan Soto. So, that's just my 2 cents on it. There's a walkaway price for everyone for Soto, but I don't think that walkaway price is being hit. My walkaway price is closer to $800 million, $850 million. It's not that $700 million mark. I'm willing to go $750 for Soto. We'll see if the Yankees are. We'll see if the Mets are willing to go above that. We'll see where the Yankees end up, where the Mets end up. Hey, maybe, the Red Sox or the Blue Jays feel even more aggressive about their bidding. But, again, with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate your guys' support. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your families. I hope you guys enjoy a great day. Spend tons of time with family. Enjoy today. I'm thankful for all of you guys and for the support you've provided us as a page. I think, looking back on where we were at a year ago, 2 years ago, the growth has been incredible. We really appreciate everything you guys have done for us. And thank you again for all of your support, all the kind words you guys leave in the comment section, all the likes, all the conversations, all the discourse. It means the world to myself, and it means the world to Alex, Sam, everyone at FSY, and everyone at Empire Sports Media. Thank you again for tuning in. If you like this kind of content, subscribe, click that notification bell, and again, enjoy this day. Take it in, guys. These are special days, they're special moments. Spend it with family. Love you guys so much. Peace out. Happy Thanksgiving again, and let's go Yankees.
Perfect.